All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on rest for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rankings given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. Hey, they said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This like you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guess, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fucking raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In Pop Smoke, never try to. They dead. At home, my brother be the dead, so I don't get the photo. Salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated because of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty said she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
Kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic, 6 million died. I want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb, a gun that would die. Yeah, Easy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. You ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he give them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Can you hear me? Double one. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check. Salakia. My bad. Okay, y'all, can you hear us in Durham? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can I hear you just fine? What about Charlotte? Charlotte, is your audio good? Can y'all hear us? Check, check, check. How about that? Count that. That's two up. Most high Christ. Salakia, sir. I was just waiting to see if Charlotte can hear us good. What about you, Akash?
Khan and one Khan.
Most high in Christ. I think Charlotte is in. I'm not sure if they can. They're working on their audio, but you good to go, sir. Most high in Christ. Let's clap it up. Shalom. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shabrakatah to all my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bahashim Yahweh Shah to all my beautiful sisters. I'm priests and officers of 1,000 Bon Kayal coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is our Tuesday night Brotherhood class, man. It's going to be the scripture breakdown class. And the lock here. We're getting some reverb from somewhere. Yeah, Most High in Christ. And with the spirit of the Most High, or the spirit of Christ, man, hopefully I can hold this class down for Captain of 13,000 Thought takes it over. But let's talk about what's happening in the earth today, man. Who can tell me what's going on in the world? I just sent Tabawan an article about all the mass shootings that transpired over the course of the holiday weekend. Tabawan, whenever you get an opportunity, pull that. And what's the trooper's name right there? What's your name, brother?
Salaki, sir. Akashka.
Akashka?
Khan and one Khan, sir.
Hey, what does that mean, brother? Salaki.
That means brother of dawn.
Brother of God.
Dawn. Brother of dawn. Like early morning. Dawn.
Oh, brother of dawn.
Khan.
Okay, Most High Christ. That's hard. If you could, brother, can you pull Micah 2 and 10? The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. You know, we're talking about what's been happening in the earth, what's been transpiring in real time on the earth today. And if you ain't in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, you know, these are very precarious times for the world. You know, if you were in a Christian church or if you were in the Muslim mosque, if you identify with any false ideology, I can understand why you would be absolutely mortified and terrified about what's happening before your eyes. You know, beyond the mass shootings, they had a submersible that has been that they can't locate. You know, people paying $250,000 to go down and see the ruins of the Titanic, man, at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. And they done lost communication. They done lost contact with this submersible. People paid $250,000 for a ticket to get on this submersible, and they done lost contact with them, man. You know? Did y'all see that article?
Nah, sir.
Okay. Do me a favor and read that scripture if you can, brother. The book of Micah, verse 10.
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Most High in Christ, if you are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. The scriptures say for us to arise ye and depart. See, to lock it. We in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA, we understand that we are in a very low state here in America. We are in a low state in Great Britain and Europe, all wherever the so-called 12 tribes were scattered on the earth. We are on the bottom. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are not in rulership as they should be, okay? Back in Micah, it says that we are to arise ye and depart. Micah understood our position in the earth at one point in time. We don't understand that we're on the bottom just because a few of us. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, just checking to make sure y'all can hear Charlotte Salakia. But I saw that made world news today.
What's that? What made world news?
That submarine that got missing. It's a British billionaire, one of the 5 people missing on that joint too.
Right.
So billionaires can get it too.
Salakia. It's a handful of billionaires that are on that submersible, but they all heathens.
Salakia.
You go ahead.
Salakia, so I'm just saying I saw the headline, but I didn't like read the article. You telling me that it's civilians on that joint?
Oh yes. Civilian billionaires.
Good night.
That paid real money, $250,000 a pop. It's a father and son. It's a tandem team on there. Matter of fact, there's an article. I'm gonna send it to you, Tabawan.
Salakia.
This is according to Reuters. I'm sending it to you right now, Tabawan.
Salakia.
Go ahead, brother.
They done dispatched all kind of military and all to try to look for them now because they got till like Thursday morning worth of oxygen. If after that, it's a wrap.
I don't give a damn about none of them people on that submarine, man. What about them lost babies that are on the border in those internment camps? Man?
That's right.
That's what I'm more focused on. How the hell did Big Pokey die? That's what I'm worried about. I don't give a damn about them people that are on that submersible. I mean, you kind of signed up for it. Right. You signed up. You paid to die. You paid for that. You bought that ticket, $250,000. That's life-changing money, man, to some people. To so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And I think it says it's did you get it Tabawan?
Con, I got it.
If you can, let's just pull that article up real quick. I'm more interested in the cause of death of Milton Powell, aka Big Pokey, who collapsed in the middle of a performance at a show in Houston. I'm more concerned with that than these handful of people that are on this submersible vessel, just going to see the Titanic, which is ridiculous. They care about that's if you have that much money, you could put that much money to other uses. Think about who you could house for $250,000. In this era. See, this speaks volumes about a heathen because they don't know what to do with their money, And some of us that are eating high off the hog in this empire, we don't know what the hell to do with our money either. We'll spend that on a chain. What's the brother's name? He spent $500,000 on a chain from Johnny Ding. What's the other name from Houston? Who? Sauce Walker. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Salakia, every rapper.
Yeah, every rapper. Just about every rapper. Knowing what kind of abject poverty and dysfunction we come from, you give $10,000 is life-changing money to our people. That's why we look forward to income tax season. You making between $7,000 and $12,000 on the income tax return. Salakia, Officer Ayathon. Here's the other mic right here, Baba. Yeah, Salakia. That's the best time of year for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And it shouldn't be so. The world was created for our sakes. That's what the Bible says, man. There is absolutely no reason why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should be
living in the project. Decrepit places, man. What happened? Oh, Salakia. Yeah, Most High in Christ. You got that on?
Con. This is from Reuters. Who is on the missing Titanic sub?
Right.
A 5-person submersible vessel taking tourists on a $250,000 trip to see the wreckage of the 1912 Titanic disaster. 12,500 feet under sea is missing in the Atlantic off Canada.
Salakia, 250,000. How many of you are making $25,000 a year? How many of us are making $30,000 a year, $40,000, $50,000 a year, $100,000? They spent $250,000 per goddamn ticket to get on this submersible, man, just to see the Titanic, man. See, we don't even understand what wealth is, what riches are. We're so quick to squander our money on little things, you know. These people spending $250,000, man. Go ahead, brother.
And what's sick about that is the so-called oppressor loves to reminisce on the good old days.
Right.
Want to go see some wreckage or a boat that it is. Black people weren't even allowed to be on.
Mm-hmm.
There was only 3 black folks that was on the Titanic. One was Joseph Philippe Le Mercier LaRoche. He was a 26-year-old. He was a Haitian engineer, which had something to do with the boat. Him and his 2 children were the only ones allowed on the damn boat.
Good night.
So you think I care about the Titanic or going to see any wreckage of it? God damn the Titanic. I'm glad it's at the bottom of the sea.
Most High in Christ. Most High. I mean, we could drop this article. We can go to the mass shootings. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Officer Tabawan.
If I could, Officer Kowal said it's so heavy. What you bringing out is so heavy, y'all, because the oppressor, like he said, he loved to reminisce, man. He loved it. This damn boat went down over 100 years ago. And people talking about this damn ship like it's the biggest tragedy in the history of life. You know that a little bit more than a third or about a third of the people on that boat survived. You know, like a lot of people died, but about a third of the people lived. You know, a lot. You know, there's a bunch of women and children. They got on lifeboats and they made it. You know what I mean? Like 500 plus people lived, but they still talking about it because the oppressor, he remembers. You know, to him, one boat capsizing 100 years ago is like, oh man, how are we gonna deal with the lives we lost? But as a black man, I can't remember slavery. You know what I'm saying? That killed millions of ancestors. It's a damn joke, Salakia.
No, you're absolutely right. Give that brother a hand. You're right about that. I gotta forget about the transatlantic slave trade. I gotta forget about the Trail of Tears. I gotta forget about the Middle Passage. We can't talk about the 1619 Project. We got to get rid of all woke doctrine. You can't talk about critical race theory, but you can sit up here and embrace what happened with the Titanic. Like that was a great tragedy.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man. And for this to be like breaking news is ridiculous to me. I'm more so, like I said, I'm more so interested in what is affecting so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And I threw that article out there for shock value, Matter of fact, if you can, I want to pull that other article up because I think that's more along the lines of we ain't got to worry about spending $250,000 to get on some submersible to go see the goddamn Titanic at the bottom of the ocean. We don't have to worry about that being blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So, brother, you go ahead. Who said Salakia?
No, I'm just trying. That was me, sir. I'm just trying to pull it up on the screen so people can see it.
You too wild. If you could, you continue with that verse. You said Micah 2:10, right?
Khan and one Khan. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10 from the top. Arise ye and depart.
Like I said, arise ye and depart. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, listen up. This is talking about you. This is talking about us, God's chosen people, man. Micah told us way back when that we should arise, recognizing that we are in a very low state. Most blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the conditions that we live in are hellish, man. We live in hell. Wherever you live, if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, man. Them people that are at the bottom of the ocean right now, I know they feel like they are in hell. This is how you know that hell is a condition, okay? Arise ye and what?
For this is not your rest.
Arise ye and depart. How are we supposed to rise up and depart as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians living in this empire? Anybody could answer. Go ahead. Your man Kevin.
You have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Most High in Christ. That brother said to do what now?
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
He said to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Give him a hand, man. That's coming from a young man. 70-year-old elderly folks that don't know to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments, man. It's out of the mouth of babes, literally. You know, this is the value of the I.S.U.P.K. This is the value of coming into this school, putting on all black, closing your goddamn mouth, and sitting at the feet of the prophets of the Most High Power, man. That right there is life changing. That can alter the course of, you know, your family, your lineage, your family's history or heritage. You talking about breaking generational curses? What the hell do you think we doing in this school, man? Keep reading. Arise ye and what?
And depart.
Right.
For this is not your rest.
See, we are too comfortable in America. We are too comfortable living in modern society, in contemporary times, wherever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are. You know, what are some of the things that make us comfortable in this place? Why are we so comfortable? Why are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians comfortable in 2023 when we on the bottom?
So I guess so.
Go ahead, brother.
One thing that makes us real comfortable is weed. Weed makes black people very, very blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. Weed is just the great pacifier. It makes you feel like everything's going to be all right. Like Bob Marley said, what a coincidence.
Right. No, you're absolutely right about that, man. You know, you think about weed and just the drug culture as a whole and how it's pushed on our people. Go ahead, Officer Kowal.
And we also can't forget about the promises of Pastor Joe Willie every Sunday. Just when black people get mad enough, you know, that organ start playing on Sunday, Big Mama start crying about Martin Luther King's dream. And it puts you right back in a place where you're holding hands with a white man. And you're going to think everything's going to be all right.
Good night.
You're never mad enough. Just when you get mad enough about Cyrus Carmack getting shot in South Carolina, Pastor said, well, Christ died to forgive.
Right.
And that old James Brown turnaround come around. And now you're forgiving the white man again. You're never mad enough.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Both of y'all brothers are right. Talked about the drug culture and how we are in a drug-induced stupor here in America, whether we smoking weed, popping pills, sipping lean, all the stuff that Big Pokey rapped about. You know, he actually became a victim of the things that he influenced other brothers and sisters to do. Anyhow, talk about Christianity. Christianity is another reason why we getting rocked to sleep in this place, let alone Islam. Or what? Charging crystals, taking your shoes off, getting grounded. You know, those are the things that keep us asleep in this place. We are at rest in this place. They pushing the easy foam runners everywhere I see. You know, we go out in public and you see grown behind, young men wearing Adidas slides, Nike slides, foam pops, rocks. Go ahead, brother.
So, like, I believe Captain Nightthawk is ready to roll.
Most High in Christ. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Captain of the 13,000, Nayathat Bond.
What's going on?
Not much, Cap.
What's going on, Cap?
I'm out to take you on the field so you can remember Ban Yamian.
Ban Yamian. Come on, sir. Salaki.
No, you good. No. I don't care, man. I watch young. What's going on? What's popping?
Not much, sir. Come, Bob. Shut. Not much, sir.
Come on.
We over here talking about Officer Bunkiyo was bringing out an article about, we was about to go into it about the mass shootings that have just terrorizing the earth right now. Everybody getting shot up, so we was about to go into that. Especially during these holiday, these nasty, wicked holidays. That's when the shootings get worse.
Yeah, you have any stories on it?
Come on, got an article right here from Officer Bunkiyo, sir.
Come on.
It says multiple mass shootings leave dead and injured across the U.S. during holiday weekend.
Right. Now with this, right? Now, okay. How would you align it with what's going on today in the world? How would you align it? Like, if you had to break it down to Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians, like what? Okay. What do Black people say about crime in America? What do we say about crime?
We say we do it to ourselves. We shooting and killing ourselves.
That's it.
Black crime. We gotta get right.
Now they love to claim that Black people are doing what? Killing themselves. We shouldn't blame the so-called oppressor. We shouldn't blame anybody else. Time for us to stop blaming everybody else. Blame ourselves. Right? That's what it say, right?
Right.
Good. Come on.
I was saying count on one concert. That's all.
Okay. Right? They love to say, we Black people, we killing each other out. So we should stop blaming the so-called oppressor. Right? What you're going to see, what you're going to see is that Black people living in a system that is designed for them to end up in conflict like this. You understand? It's designed for them. Right? Now, Tabawana, send something to your email. And I'll send it to your text also too.
Come on, sir, I got it.
You gotta work with me. Do something to leave his Abadawan who sent me this one. All right? And you'll see that, the reason why our world is in such disarray is because the so-called oppressor, he wants to keep us like this so that he could keep on trying to conquer it, basically conquer the earth. Basically keep on being an imperialist. You understand? So now, go ahead and read for me. Who was reading this story? Go ahead and read for me.
Oh, so like I thought you wanted me to pull up the
No, yeah, pull that up. But anybody else can help you with reading the story, or you alone can see it.
So all I see is the YouTube video you sent. I don't see the story, sir.
No. You said Banke, I'll send you some story, right?
Come on, so like you.
Yeah, we gotta get the same wavelength, man. We off. What's his name? Banke, they want to read it? Yeah, what's somebody in Fayetteville to read it? While Tabo one organize a video for me.
Come on, I can read it.
Go ahead.
This is the let me pull it up.
That's all right, man. Let the baby get it on, man.
Okay, so if I may. It says multiple mass shootings leave dead and injured across the U.S. during holiday weekend. This is according to NPR. Chicago, mass shootings and violence killed and wounded people across the United States this weekend, including at least 60 shot in the Chicago area alone. 4 people were found shot to death in a small Idaho town. A Pennsylvania state trooper was killed in an ambush, and bullets struck 11 teenagers, killing 1 at a party in Missouri. The shootings happen in cities and rural areas alike.
So in other words, they're trying to say that these shootings are linked to who? Now you got to put that up right now. But these shootings are linked to who?
Come on, I'll take it down.
You good. These shootings are linked to who?
So if I may, sir, the so-called black people?
Black people. right? In all these cities. That's why the name Chicago is number one with what? With how much shootings?
60, sir.
60 shootings in one weekend. Right?
No.
And I think somebody said it. The more and more we celebrate these people's holiday, the more and more we suffer. You understand? The more and more we suffer as a people. Right? Read on.
The shootings happen in cities and rural areas alike, following a surge in homicides and other violence over the past several years that accelerated during the coronavirus pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Officers responded to mass shootings in Washington State, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Southern California, Milwaukee, and Baltimore.
All right. So go ahead.
There's no question there's been a spike in violence, said Daniel Nagin, a professor of public policy and statistics at Carnegie Mellon University. Some of these cases seem to be just disputes, often among adolescents, and those disputes are played out with firearms, not with fists.
Right. Where they get any guns from?
Right.
Where they get any guns from? Remember Operation Fast and Furious?
Right.
Right. And anybody went to jail for that? You all remember that?
That was
Right.
That was an ATF scandal.
Yes. Right. Where they was given what guns to the so-called cartel, and with the intention of what? Trying to trace the guns, trying to trace the murders. You understand? While Mexicans killing and slaughtering each other. The same thing doing to us today. So now you're not worrying about like the economic policies. You're not worrying about that. Because you strictly, like, how to put it, in the frame of mind of what? Survival. So now your oppressor, he takes all the job, all the food, give it to the Afghanistanis, give it to the Ukrainians, give it to everybody else beside you. And now you had to fight and kill one another for what? Just to survive. You understand? Like, he creates a problem. You understand? And the I.S.U.P.K is trying to show black people the only way for us to come out of that problem. How are we going to come out of that problem we in right now?
Salakia, for us to turn back to the Lord.
Yes, but give me it in a nutshell. What has to happen?
So like, if I may, sir,
Mm-hmm.
we have to separate.
Yes, now you're on it. You're getting there. We have to separate. For survival, we have to separate, or else we're gonna be. You know what I mean? It's going to get real bad. It's bad right now, and it's getting, you know what I mean, worse. It's going to be real bad in a minute. Just, I think a couple of weeks ago, we read about a woman, a mother and a daughter, chopping their grandmother up. You understand? Because of some credit card fraud. You understand?
Come.
Like, when you read stories like that, without knowing who they are, you would think is who? Is some oppressor killing their grandparents for what? For insurance money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You read about somebody go out on some boat. Some boy take his mother out on some boat, and somehow she end up drowning. And he get paid millions from the insurance. You know, I mean, that's the oppressor, that's the oppressor type life. But now we are getting in the middle of it. Now the mass shooting starting to come in. And all the story is to do what? What's the headline of the story again? What's the headline?
So like, if I may, sir,
Mm-hmm.
multiple mass shootings leave dead and injured across the U.S. during holiday weekend.
Who we know commits mass shooting in America?
Right.
You understand the narrative? You understand? Like, it's getting real bad. It's getting bad. I mean, more single mothers, you understand? More fathers out the house. Things are getting real bad. And if we don't, as your brother says, separate, if we don't come together, you understand? It's gonna be bad for some of us. Real bad. Right? Give me where you say let judgment rain down. You all know what I'm talking about?
As waters.
Yeah.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
You understand? Now, there's a flip side to it also, too. The Lord, you understand, He's nobody to play with. You understand? He wants you living in the ghetto. He wants you under all that oppression and still doing what? And still doing what?
He still wants you to pick yourself by your bootstraps and work and serve him.
Yes. He wants you to do it in the hell you're in right now. You understand? That's why when you come in here, we don't give you any type of excuse of whatever life you come from. You understand? We don't. Why? Because the Lord is not going to take your excuse. You understand? Right. He's not going to take, well, my father was in the house, that's why I'm still smoking weed. He's going to just kill you. He's not taking the excuse. I was molested, that's why, I still live in this LGBTQ lifestyle. He don't want to hear that garbage. You understand? He does not. The Lord is a what? The Lord is a what?
Man.
A man.
War.
He is a father.
Okay.
He's a father. You understand? And a father don't take no type of excuses. Why? Because he know his son or his daughter could do better and know better. You understand? You can't say you're going to kill this child because you want to have a career in politics or have a career, whatever career you're trying to get, and expect the Lord to understand. Your preacher, he might understand, not the Lord. You understand? All right? Read that again one more time for me. What does it say in 23?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, or I will not hear the melody of thy viols.
All right, so this was going into that whole Christianity, that whole singing. You understand? We shall overcome, we shall do this, rah, rah, rah. The whole, entertainment side of Christianity. Right? Which you're marching. He don't want to hear that. So take that. To him, that is what? To the Lord, that is what?
It says, the noise of thy songs.
It is noise to the Lord. You understand? That is the noise.
So like I said, you.
Yeah. No, yeah. Go ahead. All right, read on.
Verse 24. But let judgment run down as waters.
But let what?
Judgment run down as waters.
But let judgment run down as waters.
And righteousness.
Go ahead.
And righteousness as a mighty stream.
That's what he wants. He wants righteousness as a mighty stream. He wants you to be in the ghetto. He didn't want you to put away your guns, but make sure you have your guns legally. He wants you not to turn your gun on your brother. You understand? He wants you to do what he says to do, his commandments. That's what he wants. Or else, more of us gonna have to drop dead in this place. More. You understand? Right? Any more of that story? Bankel, any more on the story?
Con.
Mhm.
Since researchers disagree over the cause, theories include the possibility that violence is driven by the prevalence of guns in America, or by less aggressive police tactics, or a decline in prosecutions for misdemeanor weapon offenses.
Mm-hmm. But what is it? What's the root to all of this?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I gotta add to that. It's a shame because there are no gun shops in Chicago at all. There are no gun shops there. The Indiana, which is close, and the surrounding Midwest places, cities, they're allowed to have weapons. But Chicago, there are no gun shops. But these weapons somehow found their way to specifically that small 10-mile radius of where black people live at.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the violence and killing is done usually right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Well, okay. Now, as I said, that what that remind you
of? Crack or any other.
Yeah, I trying to take you all the way back.
Oh, okay.
What I remind you of? Who he gave guns to and then sat back and watched them go at it?
The
Native Indians.
The Native Indians.
Yeah.
They gave them guns and sat back and watched them slaughter and kill each other, and then did what? Come in and just took up real estate.
Slug, sir.
Come on.
Just like you got questions online. Just whatever if you want to get to them.
Okay. Is it on topic? Okay. Go ahead. Right. So the Native Indians, they are the ones that did all of that, right?
Kind of what kind?
That they did all of that too. Get them guns and sat back. So what do you think they do in Chicago? Who own all them buildings in Chicago, them projects?
Right. State government owns them.
All right. And before you know it, some private investor going to come in and take it. You understand? And is going to take all them people, all the black people out and put them somewhere out the city. Take all that problem and put them out the city. And this is just a cycle that black people have been in since what? Since the 50s. You understand? Where they learned how to put us in whatever mile radius and then starve us. The problem is what? It starts with a P. What's the problem? What's the verbal in here? Why this is not happening in California, in Calabasas, what do you call it, Calabasas, or whatever you call it?
Slug the other one.
Come on.
Is it poverty?
Poverty. Yeah. Poverty. Poverty is the main variable. And they left all of that out. They say everything else but poverty. Right. Everything else but poverty. When people poor, what the hell you want them to do? You ain't getting them no jobs, but in slavery, you had 100% unemployment. Post-slavery, was the percentage of unemployment in the black community? Somebody look it up for me. What's the percentage? Tabo, give me a question when we look up that.
Officer Mike Shaw says, Salakia, sir, what would you say to someone who says we're supposed to have fringes on all our garments?
On all your garments? I tell them they need to come to class.
Go.
I'll tell them they need to come to class.
Yeah, you watch.
Right. What was the purpose of fringes?
Slaki, so repeat that.
What's the purpose of having fringes?
Slaki, sir. Slaki, sir.
Go ahead.
To remind us of the laws.
Right. And pull it for me. Where it says it.
Numbers 1538.
All right, pull it for me. Kiad 1. Pull it for me.
Kiad 1 can.
All right. Anybody find the statistics in it as yet? Come on.
From what I'm seeing here, I'm not sure if you got something different, Bunk here, but what I see, it says by the numbers, the rate of black unemployment peaked at 16.8% in May of 2020.
And what percentage of black people are there in America?
Black people make up maybe 12% of America population.
I'll give them 14. Taba one. I'll give them 14% in America. And then you have a high prison number in prison, a large number black people in prison, Hispanics and Native Indian in prison, right? And 16% unemployment.
Salagi, sir.
Come on.
If I could, at the same time, they're trying to say, they're trying to spin the narrative now that those are pre-pandemic numbers. They say that the black unemployment rate has fallen by about 12% to 4.7 now.
Right now, right?
Mm-hmm. And they say that the gap between black unemployment and white unemployment is at like an all-time low. It's like the gap is now like 1.6% percentage points, which is down from 5.4 points in August of 2020. And of course, back in the 80s, it was 12% difference between black unemployment and white unemployment. So now they're trying to say, I guess everybody's happy and we got jobs and we good.
Right. No. Now, I ain't how to be a mathematician to know that if somebody get a head start, right? Who more likely to win the race?
The person giving the head start.
Yeah, the person get a head start, right?
Con.
So now you telling me in 2023, and now you're trying to say that the gap has shrunk, and there should be no problem, no poverty.
Sluggy, sir.
Come on.
So if I could, would you say it's heavy? And really, it's it's disingenuous, these kind of numbers and statistics, and they lack context, for the most part, because the unemployment rate might have dropped, like you said. They had a 400 year head start. So now, the unemployment might be low, but we still got to work for them. How many of them work for us? 0%?
Right.
How many of us work for them? 100%? So it's like, it doesn't even make sense for them to put these numbers out and try to lie to make it seem like, we're all on, on one level and we're equal when we're not. Salaki.
Right, because now you could close all the books, you could close all the facts, and you could do what? What you could look at?
Conditions.
Yeah, meaning you could look at society. You could look at this article right here and know that if you go do a study on where all this happening, there is a high poverty.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
What's heavy about that too is that not only did they have a head start, we had obstacles in front of us, so we could barely even catch up if we tried to. Like their head start was a clear, smooth path, but we had obstacles that we had to achieve and get over, and that's why they want to hide that 1619 project, critical race theory.
That's right.
It will expose the obstacles that we had and the nonsense and how they got everything how the Bible said they did by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said,
come on.
So like I said, if I could just to piggyback on what Officer Kowal is saying is so heavy, it's like those obstacles you mentioned it earlier in class today was heavy when you said like they'll put an article out and gloss over things, which just shows how wicked and disgusting they are. They'll put an article out and say, oh, black people are owning property at an increased rate. It's a wonderful thing, but they won't talk about the redlining that took place after World War II. They won't talk about all the different policies that they put in place to prevent black people from even able to own property, and then act like, oh, well, it's all good now. But but if you look at the context, like we bringing out in I.S.U.P.K, it shows that we're still slaves in this place. You know what I'm saying? So all these little funny things they try to do, we seeing right through that. Salaki.
That's right. That's correct. Come on, Ayathon. And after Ayathon, right? Give me where it says where where it says they hold themselves not guilty. All right, I think that's in Zechariah or something like that.
Towards policy, sir?
Right. No. They hold themselves not guilty. All right, because of the poverty that's taking place right now in America. They don't blame themselves for putting black people in that situation. All right, go ahead, Fon.
Come on, sir. So like when you go into Esau's medical fields, like they've been teaching us about human needs paradigm. And so basically the human needs paradigm is saying like behavior is influenced by the fulfillment of human needs. Right. So like, and this they high science, and they saying like you can't really base it off of experiments because it changes based off of the situations that people are put in. So that being said, they know, that they have put black people at the bottom and haven't given them anything. So we doing everything to get something and to survive. And to them, they go and teach they medical students about this stuff. And that way they earn money based off of, okay, how can we meet this need for this person? Because we know they gonna keep coming back because this is a need that they need. Like this is something that they need, right? And that being said, they know that we need to feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Like they know we need that safety. They know that we want to see our kids do good, that we want to be good, that we by birth we are a righteous people. They know that. So in order to get us to do the things that they want us to do, we have to constantly be in need of something that they have that they're not giving us.
Yes. You know what I mean? Or else you will have what? If a people not depending on you, what you have?
If they're not depending on you?
Yes. If you have a people not depending on you, what do you have?
Yes, sir. Independence.
Say it. Say it. When they say independence, what you mean? I understand what you're trying to say, but I will speak plain.
So like it, sir. If we didn't have to depend on them, we would have our freedom.
Yep. That's it. Yep. Understand? Now you'll be like the Chinese, the so-called Moabite. Now you'll be like the Russians. Now you'll be like the Arabs. You understand? And that's a problem for America. And that's what we come into. Right? Like America, what did they say America? Okay. The news right now, right? What are they saying about the imperialism of America? What are they saying about it pertaining to polarity? What are they saying about it? You'll have your ears to the news?
Yes, sir. They must say America imperialism, it a weaken.
It's weakened, but what do they call it? What's the political term they call it in the world?
Is it bipolar or something?
No. Bi meaning two. God. America don't believe in two. What America believe in? Who America believes should run the earth, the world?
America, Salakia.
How much places that you talk about when they say America? One.
Yeah, that like monopolar, sir.
That's what they're trying to take it to with France, Russia, and the BRICS. America, after World War II, right? They were on the part of this, what they call, I believe, unipolar.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Okay, America, right? You're with me, right?
Come on.
They believe in this whole imperialism, or imperialistic mindset, right?
Okay.
And they believe that they should be the ones running the earth today.
Okay.
Come on.
Salakia, sir, is this beyond the philosophy or ideology of manifest destiny that you're speaking of right now?
It's along that path. It's along that mindset, right? But it's more concise when you say or more to the point when I ask what policy they run in the earth today on. What was the currency of the earth from like 20 years ago? What was the currency of the earth? Number one currency on the earth?
The US dollar, sir.
US dollar. Right? And we know from the breakdown that little horn that turned into that big horn is who? Or who uprooted the big horn was who?
America.
America.
Gone.
And America today, what they're saying is they believe in this is it Yuna? Look it up from the tab one. See if it's Yuna or Unai polarity. Unipolarity or unipolarity. I don't know how to pronounce it to make sure I have the pronunciation correctly. All right.
Sir.
Uh-huh.
I see unipolarity, which is a condition in which one state under the condition of international anarchy enjoys a preponderance of power and faces no competitor states.
That's it. That's America.
Unipolarity.
Una, like UNA. Put it up on the screen. All right.
So like I said, it's spelled UNI, but it's pronounced una, like unilateral.
Okay. Una. Okay, good. All right. And that's what that's their belief. That's their belief, like capitalism, like how they believe in capitalism, democracy. That's their policy for the whole entire earth. You understand? Right? But now it's under threat from what?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be those BRICS nations?
Yes. What do they call them? Well, what do they call that type that policy they're pushing? The international policy they're pushing.
Good night. That's a good question.
So when you have more than 1, 2, 3, a whole ton of nations coming together, right, under BRICS to get rid of the American dollar, right, to divide, to send that value down, right, multipolar or multipolar.
Come on,
understand, right?
Come on.
And America have been running this, this imperialism through what? What they've been running it through? What they've been using?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
The military prowess.
That comes in if you want to listen. If you want to, if you want to adhere to them, they have a policy. They had the Monroe, then the Truman. All them policies come into play. That's when the military started coming into play. But what do they use?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
They use the U.S. dollar.
Yes, their money. That's what they use. So instead of bringing the military, guess what? Don't buy any oil from Russia. No country. Any country that buy oil from Russia, we wouldn't be doing any business with you. Any country that does any business with Iran, we're not going to do any business with you.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Is that what they call an embargo?
Yes.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
In other words, economic sanctions.
Yes. You understand? And then if that don't work, guess what happens after?
Then they bring the
military.
Now you understand why Ukraine, why America is fighting Russia.
Right.
You understand? Now you understand it. And the Lord have a way to bring something back on your head. You want to push drugs into the black community? No problem. Have an opioid problem today. In Israel, have an opioid problem in America. Since you want to push drugs on the black community, you want to have brothers on the corner fighting for drugs, drug turf, ain't no sweat. Go send your sons across to Europe. You understand? The Lord have a way to deal with that. Right? Now, what scripture I said to go to? Somebody holding it for me. They hold themselves not guilty.
Slakia, sir. Zechariah 11 and 5.
Okay, that too, but give me the one with the fringes with the brother when he asked the question with the fringes.
Can. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Okay, so read it from the top again. I just want to make sure that it didn't say, you know what I mean, what I think when people read it, they try to infer. So read it one more time.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Borders of their what?
Their garments.
Of their what?
Of their garments.
Of their garments.
Right?
Your t-shirt is not a what?
It's not a garment.
You understand? So ain't no borders in your t-shirt, Negro. All right, that's why I say they need to come to class.
Right.
You understand? You know what I mean? Is it saying that you're supposed to put fringes on all your clothes? On all your clothes, your drawers? You understand? Your vests? No, it's saying to put them fringes on that border of blue on your what? On your garments. You understand? All right. So it doesn't mean you have to wear fringes on all your garments. You understand? On all your clothes. All right.
So like I said,
come on.
Could you say that that's like speaking towards priestly garments? Because like the armies have certain clothing that they wear that's specifically for war, but they wouldn't have to put fringes on their coats of mail. To go
why I cannot say that?
Why you can't say that it's for priestly garments?
Yeah,
because it didn't say that.
That too, but not your wife. She can't be a priest, right? Your son, he ain't no priest.
Okay.
You understand? But he could have an Israelite garment with a border of blue and some fringes. You understand? Right? And it has to be what? At the border. Right? Come on.
With a way to word it as opposed to I know what Officer Yarmark is talking about, but would another way possibly be to say maybe like like more like festive clothing, you know what I'm saying? Like something you put on when it's time to go to the feast, when it's time to go to the Passover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you just don't put it on just then and there alone. If you understand what I'm saying, you could put that on like we put it on to go to camp. We put it on with pants. You understand? We ain't going to the feast, but we're going to camp. You understand? And okay, now what's the spirit behind it? Just to get it clear, what's the spirit behind it? And it's not just for special occasion, Maisha. You could put this on. You could put can you put your camp pants on to go to the store? If you want to, yeah, with fringes on, right? But that ain't no special occasion. Could you put on, your garment and and go pick up your son or your daughter from school? You could do it, right? That's not a special occasion. right? What is the spirit behind it? That's what you ask yourself with most of these laws. What's the spirit behind it?
So like I said,
come on.
This is so that like we remembering the law, like we
That's it.
Yeah, kind of.
That's it. So when you put that, when you about to put that blunt in your mouth and you look down and you see them fringes, what should come to mind? This is here for me to do what?
Remember the law.
That is look speaks against smoking. Come on.
So with that being said, right? So you know, I mean, just calling it what it is. Fake Israelites have a hard time understanding this, and you know what you just said of where it's supposed to remind us of the law. They might say something to the effect of, "Well, we're supposed to be reminded of the law all the time." You know, like if you only wear it on, you know, when you go to camp, or if you only wear it, you know, when you go to whatever situation, you know, then you're only being reminded on those days. But shouldn't you be reminded to keep the law when you go to Food Lion? Shouldn't you be reminded to keep the law when you know, I guess play basketball? I don't know, whatever they do, but you know what I'm saying? Like that idea that it's supposed to be on you at all times.
Well, Negro, put it on. Put your pants on and go with it. But it ain't saying to put it on your t-shirt.
Right.
You understand? Put it on. Remember, I'm not saying not to put it on. You can't put it on all your garments if you want to. Right? But the question was asked if I should put it on all my garments. You could if you want. It never. If there's is there a law saying that I have to put it on all, some, or none? What's the law? What's the law saying? To put it on your garment. And that's that. It's not saying all. If you want to put it on all your garments, you can't do it. You all understand what I'm saying?
All
right. Right. If this has to do with a t-shirt that is not a garment. Right. Let's get that clear. T-shirt is not a garment. There's no borders at the rim of that t-shirt. You put them fringes around there, you're making a mini skirt or a navel breaker. All right. That ain't Israelite wear. You understand? You turn this into something else, into a blouse. You turn it into a blouse. All right? You're a man, you turn that shirt into a blouse. You understand? That is not your t-shirt, is not a garment. All right, so you're clear on that, Marsha. Beyond that, tell them come to class.
Okay. There's another question online, sir.
Come on. Now hold on. Before I get that question, right? K1. That was it for that scripture.
Answer.
Okay. The next scripture I want is the one where it say hold himself not guilty.
Zechariah 11:5.
Oh, my fault.
No, hold that, right? Tabo, bring the question.
This is from it's from Officer Quadum. He says, Salaki Alawat, if I may, can I get a breakdown on Isaiah 9 and verse 5, Baba Kushah, specifically?
Yeah, that one. He wants to know what it's referring to. I'm how to get that one for him next class. All right. I'm gonna get that one for Isaiah 1. I know the other verses speaking about I believe it's Christ.
So,
come on.
So like I say, I just want to go back for just a tad quick second. I know we off the fringes, but when you look at the Zondervan's Bible dictionary, you go to fringe and it tells you to go to dress. And then when they go to see dress and you read where it says dress and you read down where it talks about, and it says the clothing worn by the Hebrew people of biblical times was graceful, modest, and exceedingly significant. And those who wore them, that they not only told what they were, but were intended as an external symbol of the individual's innermost feelings and deepest desires and the moral urge to represent the Most High are right. And it also goes on to describe the types of astonishingly clothing. And none of this, it goes on, says anything about a damn t-shirt. It's talking about a special type of clothing that we put fringes on. So that would eliminate a damn t-shirt. It's not talking about a dress shirt with buttons. That's something that's exceedingly modest or is glorious. Not a t-shirt. The whole spirit in the damn Zondervan teaches you is not a t-shirt.
Right.
Like it, sir.
Come on.
If I could, what Officer Kowal is bringing out is heavy. And if anybody just, does a little bit of research, and is just not full of themselves, they'll realize that t-shirts were originally designed as underwear. T-shirts were undergarments. So if you go watch movies, there was a time when you wouldn't show a man in a t-shirt on a movie or a show because it was considered almost being naked. You know what I'm saying? So when Marlon Brando wore a t-shirt in what's the Streetcar Named Desire, it was like, oh man, like it was like crazy to see, like to see somebody kind of so dressed down. It was something that a man wore to bed. But t-shirts as we know them now is something you just wear as you walk about, was completely uncommon. It was always an undergarment. So to put fringes on a t-shirt, it's literally like putting fringes on your socks. Salakia.
Yes. That's it. And I won't doubt it if them Negroes doing that too.
Oh yeah, I see. Salakia, Cap. We was at camp in Raleigh, Durham, and some Negro drove by with fringes on the back of his damn truck, a vehicle. So I know they put them on their drawers.
Yeah, you understand? Like they're doing that to do what? Just to show that they're doing the Lord's commandments and breaking every last one of it. You understand? All right. Who holding that scripture for me?
Slug got one. It's Trooper Nadiab.
Go ahead, Nadiab.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
You understand? Like he does this. He is doing this to the inner city. But he is what? He's not holding himself guilty. He's doing it to the Caribbean. He's doing it all over the earth. But he is not holding himself guilty. Why is the brothers in Chicago poor? Because you make them poor. You are oppressing them. You cannot tell me you don't have money because you're giving all the money to Ukraine in the world. Giving all the money to Ukraine in the world. You understand? So don't tell me you don't have no money. You tell you on your dollar you have what? In God you trust. And what happened then? You ain't trusting in God. Or else you'll follow what God said to do. God tell you to do what? What does the Most High say to do with the poor? Akim, what did the Lord say to do with the poor?
So like I said, let's take the corners of the harvest and give it to the poor.
Yes, in other words, take care of the poor. You are a rich man. You're a rich man. The Lord bless you with money. It's your duty to take care of the poor. You understand? It's your duty. Right? They ain't to be rich and to continue to oppress people, especially God-chosen people. No. We have a bad landlord, and the Lord is coming to make that change. That landlord change. Right? Now, where we at? We finished with our article, right? And the article going in to this right here. Now, tab 1. Let me see what time we have. I'm going to touch on a little bit of this, right? So, tab 1, play that video for me. Just give him a small little box up in the corner.
Come.
All right? And this America right here for you.
1 second, sir. I just got to change the
Take your time. Take your time.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
The American empire falling? I say yes. You can look at the lowest rungs of society.
What did he just say?
The video says Russia is winning.
Right.
Jackson Hinkle's speech at UCLA.
Right. So this some young oppressor who thinks, you know what I mean, he is, you know what I mean, one of the smart, you know what I mean, smart person right now on the planet. Young, you know what I mean, energetic. Well, however you want to describe him, he think he, you know what I mean, he think he there. Right? No, started from the top again. Listen to what this oppressor is saying.
Is the American empire falling?
So
I say yes.
He asking that question. He asking that question. Is the American empire falling? Is Babylon falling? And what did he say? Yes, it is falling. You understand? So while it's falling, what has to happen? What is he doing? And how you know it, this place is falling?
Salagi, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gaining power.
Not so much. Son, okay. Okay. I want to give you it. The people are turning on one another. I'm gonna take that. That's close. All right. What happened in Egypt?
Salagi, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It was plagues. The Lord sent plagues to Egypt to terrorize them. They started, obviously going crazy because of the plagues.
Okay, and what did that make them do? Before all them plagues start hitting them, what did Pharaoh do?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
He pretty was he burdened us down with way more, he burdened us down with more burdens. Like he made us work harder.
Yes.
Pressed the hell out of us even more to the nerve we had to even ask about freedom or anything to help us. He said, y'all niggas not busy enough. Here's more bricks and more killings, more everything. So he kept the much oppression.
And that's what America is going to start doing. You want to know why the inflation is so high? He putting a press on you, on us. You understand? You want to know why the killing's going up? He putting a press. There's a press on black people right now. All this killing is you playing into their hand. You understand? And he labels it as mass shooting to make it known that white people are not the only one with these mass shooting, black people too. So this is not a white man's or oppressor problem. This is what? An American problem. You understand?
Right.
But he's putting the press on you. You understand? And you know that it is falling now. Why? Because the more he put the press on you, guess what? Guess what you're thinking to do? What are you thinking about? Get me where Pharaoh say to put the burden on them so that they won't think about joining the enemies or something like that. You all know what I'm talking about?
Sir.
It's somewhere in Exodus 1.
The Exodus chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply.
Lest they what?
Lest they multiply.
Lest they multiply. So now what they're doing? They did what? They start pushing what?
Planned Parenthood, abortion.
Abortion. Yes. They start pushing abortion. Not just in America alone.
Right.
They're trying to push it in the Caribbean. They're trying to push it through the whole entire earth. But we know they're pushing this on who? On God-chosen people. Pushing it on us. So let's deal wisely with them. Right? Read on. And that's where you have your policies. Now, you think slavery over. You think there's no more imperialism. There's no more kings. There's no more queens over here. Right? That's what you think. Because Pharaoh is doing what? Pharaoh is dealing wisely with you. Right? Read on. Lest they do what?
Lest they multiply.
Mm-hmm.
And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
So you now understand. You go ask a brother about what's going on in the earth today. He not worried about that. He worried about his ops. He worried about his block. He ain't trying to figure out what the hell he's so trying to do with the earth. Don't worry about that. Because your so-called oppressor had a press on you. And you don't even know. You worried about your ups more than your oppressor. You in hell. We in hell. You understand? We in hell. We fighting and killing each other. While this man is going out and conquering the earth. Making this earth fall under a unipolarity. You understand? Having total imperialism going on in 2023 in the form of the IMF, in the form of the World Bank, in the form of an American dollar.
So like I said,
come on.
I was going to say there was one more too. If you wanted, it pretty much says the same thing.
Go on.
It's Exodus chapter 5 and 9. It says, let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words.
You understand? What we're talking about here right now, to them, is vain words. We had too much time on we hand to sit down for 2 hours and get in this Bible to break all this down. We have too much time. You all need to be at work, paying your taxes. You understand? You need to be at work. You have too much time on your hand. What is tell you at camp?
Get a job.
Go get a job, because to them it's vain words. Go get a job. But Negro, I am working, right? I'm putting in that work. Your preacher ain't doing it. All right. Any more to that? Koal? That was it. Come on. Read on.
Yes, sir. They join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
So now America is preparing to do what? What are they preparing to do? What is America preparing to do right now? Oh, you thought you would be able to go take that mortgage out and everything be okay. You thought, you know what I mean? Your lender tell you, don't worry, the economy is going to go back down in a few years. Right? Don't worry.
They taking over everything, gentrifying the hell out of everything. You can't afford nothing.
Yeah. You better worry, Negro. You better start sweating bricks. You go take out the arms and think, you know what I mean, that it's going to be, you know what I mean, everything going back to the same. It's not going back to the same. Because America is going to what? They're preparing to do what? They're preparing to go to war. We are in the what? So-called Third World War. We in it. This is just a startup to it. What did Christ say?
There shall be of wars and rumors of wars.
Yes. Pull that for me. Pull it for me.
Okay, sir. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right. You should hear of wars. Right now, a war is popping off. They getting some of the best equipment America have. Right now, what are they doing on that battlefield? Who was in ISO military? What are they doing on that battlefield right now? Russia and them Ukrainians and America and NATO. What are they doing right now on that battlefield?
So like I said, they killing each other.
Besides killing each other, that is unknown. You're at war. People gonna die. What are they doing right now on that battlefield?
Sister Lakia, sir, them a fight a proxy war.
There's a proxy war, correct? But you're correct by looking for something. They're doing something else on that battlefield.
Silaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You said they trying out some of the things that they didn't use before?
Like what?
Like some of the weapons.
Yes. Well done, brother. Yeah. They are testing out weapons on that battlefield right now. So you're going to hear what? Of wars and what? Rumors of war. You understand? How many of you ever heard about a hypersonic missile before? You heard about it, but now it's being what? It's being used.
Right.
They have what? They have what Putin sent to Belarus? I forget the name they call it. Those a tactical nuke missile. Who heard about that before? Them thing getting used. Then Iran have the kamikaze drones. You understand? Them thing being tested at war right now. And then what's the name? England. England send one of those what's England weapon that they boast of? I think they call it some shadow, something shadow. Where they say it flies low below the radar. Can't detect it before it reaches it. You're done.
Mm.
They're testing all these things out. This is a precursor to the big one. Because you know they're going to use nuclear weapons. They're going to use it. All right? Read on.
Khan. See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled. What is he telling you to do?
So like I said, to keep your cool, to hold your peace.
Yeah, but give it as simple as possible. The Lord is telling you not to do what here.
So
Don't
like
what?
Not for you to go AK-47 and try to stockpile your guns and get all frantic like you're gonna do something to actually intervene or stop it.
Man, get them guns, man. Get them bullets. Stockpile it if you want to stockpile it. But what is he telling you not to do here? Come on.
To worry.
Yeah, he's telling you not to worry. But guess what black people are worrying about? What are we worrying about?
America.
No, we ain't worrying about America.
Money.
You think the niggas in the hood worrying about America? What Negroes in the hood worrying about?
Celebrate 4th of July.
That. And what else?
Surviving.
Yes, they're worrying about the ops. You ask them about Putin and Biden, they can't tell you jack squat. Who are they? Who are them? But they know who the ops is. Right on 63rd Street. You understand? Then who the ops is from whatever colors they're wearing. That's what we're worrying about. You understand? We're worrying about those things. But the Lord is telling us here, don't worry. You see all this thing jumping up. You turn the news on and you see the oppressor fighting each other. Brother, don't worry. Read on.
Khan. For all these things must come to pass.
It must come to pass. It must. You in the Christian church praying for peace, you don't understand the Bible. You understand? You in the mosque praying for peace, you do not understand God. You understand? The God of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You don't understand him. Read on.
Come. But the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. It's not yet. Some black people coming here will come in here in a rush, thinking it's going to end tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow ain't come for 10 years, and they find that's too much. And guess what? Ain't nothing gonna happen. So, you know, sweat. That's the pop. And the back to what? Smoking. The back to popping hoes. The back to, you know what I mean, showing them singles in the club. The back to doing it. You understand? Because he telling the end is what?
Not yet.
Not yet. Read on.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise at what?
Against nation.
So now you have America with who? With Taiwan, with Japan. America sending a ton of weapons to Japan, ton of weapons to South Korea. I don't know where the hell America making these weapons are, but they have a what do you call that, boy? A logistics or whatever that is like an oil machine. You understand me? They are the most efficient when it comes to warfare. They're not running. You think I am here, America, saying with all the weapons they're exporting right now, they ain't saying, well, in 10 years we're gonna run out of javelins. In about 5 years we're gonna run out of these trucks. Look up this app. I don't know how much these trucks cost, but they are trucks that America have that could withstand a mine. They send 500 of them to Ukraine. 500 of them trucks are sent. One of the Ukraine soldiers say it took him about 4 hours to find the air conditioning switch in the vehicle. Come on,
sir. I found something called a MRAP or MARP, a mine resistant ambush protected tactical vehicle.
Show me to the screen. I'll tell you.
Oh, no, it's actually called a Max Pro. We used to drive those in Afghanistan. They got a newer version of them. It's like it go like 60 to 80 miles an hour. It's big as hell in there. The doorway's 250 pounds. The window's 200 pounds. It's like a big metal. I mean, it's like, you know, it's impenetrable damn near. And on the outside of it, they have an RPG net. So just in case you roll over an IED, you'll survive the blast, and they try to shoot you to RPG. There's a metal netting around it, so they catch the RPG and explode outside the vehicle. That's the older kind of one right there. But
yeah, that's the older one. There's a new model.
The new one's way faster. Got big tires. It's more streamlined. It's called a Max Pro.
Yeah,
it drives just like a car. A Max Pro. I got one on my Facebook page. I could put a picture. I'm inside of one, but it's got like streamlined tires. It's you know, it drives like a damn car, but it's so heavy. It's very fast.
America sent 500 for them, Mark.
So like,
I don't think we understand the beast we dealing with right now. I don't think we know the beast we're dealing with right now. I say we, meaning black people on a whole. I mean, I talk about the brothers and sisters in the UPK. We know the so-called oppressor. You understand? We know who he is. Yeah, that look like something like it. Send 500 of that across there. Where are they building all these things? Where they getting all this money from? You tell me they have money to build all this, and you can't take black people out of poverty? No, you could. Right? No. Read on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. So now you have what? You have the BRICS. Who can look up who the BRICS? Look up the BRICS for me. Tell me the nation.
Like I said, Brazil, Russia, India, China.
Now there's more to them now. There are more countries starting to join with them now. Iran, I think, siding with them. Saudi Arabia, South Africa. A good few of them trying to join that so-called. I know that the BRICS is what you'll call a multipolarity policy, basically. Look up what is multipolarity Tabawan. Or multipolarity. Look that up.
Like I said.
Okay, so multipolarity is the distribution of power in which more than two states have similar amounts of power.
Right. So now they're trying to do what? They're trying to share what? Power. So what they're saying is like over 90% of the people on the earth will feel as if they have a say. Whereas instead of just 10% or 1%, which is America, having a say in everything. Because gone are the days when America tell a country, yo, put that economic sanction on you. And you fit into the what? You fit into die. Then people fit into starve in that country. One of them days. Right? Any more to that Yarmak? Come on.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
You understand? So Christ is there and you know what time you're in. And that time you're in right now is what we call the last days. But not as yet. You all remember in World War I, what was the two sides?
Like I said, the Allied and the Axis.
Sounds about correct. World War II.
Central.
Now World War III.
Talaki, sir.
Come on.
2 was the Allied.
Talaki, sir.
Come on.
World War II, I think it was the Warsaw Pact and the NATO.
No, that happened. That came after World War II. That whole NATO pact came after. I'm talking about while they were fighting. Okay. You know, like how you have the Crips and the Bloods, or you have remember America was the Confederate against the Union, right? In war, they call one team,
right.
You know what I mean? They have a name for both teams, whatever side they're on.
So like I said.
Come on.
In World War I, it was the Central Powers versus the Allied, and 2, it was the Allied versus the Axis.
Right. And now in 3 is who?
Not sure.
What's the word that you're wrong right now? Polarity, multipolarity. That's the word that you're wrong right now. Before you know it, they're going to be fighting, and you will either be on the unipolarity or the multipolarity. You're either going to be with BRICS or you're going to be with who? NATO. You understand? Right? And everybody aligning themselves right now. Everybody aligning themselves. You ever hear somebody say, pick a side?
Right.
Pick a side. Well, brother, you're going to play a basketball or pickup game. Well, pick what team you want to be on. But pick a side is going on right now. You don't have a choice on what
Salaki,
side.
sir.
Come on.
Salaki.
Go ahead about that one. About that one.
Want some bricks alignment too.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, France wants some bricks alignment as well.
Yeah.
France
because
want to align with bricks as well.
Everybody picking a side. Everybody picking a side.
Right.
And America is like it's to the point whereas they say this, right, with an empire. When is an empire most dangerous? Look that up. When an empire is most dangerous.
Like, what was the question? You said when or what?
When is an empire most dangerous?
Like it, sir. Would that be like when it's about to fall?
That's one part of it. They say in the beginning of an empire and at the end of an empire, it's most dangerous. Most dangerous. America is on a war path. Why? Because their money is going to be devalued. You ever see you remember when I think there was a storm or a hurricane that came through and it knocked out power for about, I think it was either a week or a couple of weeks, and Americans were going crazy.
Right.
You understand?
Kind of like the blackout in New York. Remember that?
Right? Like the oppressor, if he thinks he's going to level IQ, oh boy, them guns coming out. Them guns coming out. You better, you know what I mean, on that day, know what time it is. You understand? And he's most dangerous right now because his empire is falling. Like the oppressor said in the video. He recognized that his empire is falling. Why? Because the American dollar is losing its value. If the American dollar loses its value, guess what is going to happen to your country? What do you think going to happen to your country? Do I have to give you an example? What's Jamaica value? Where's Jamaica dollar value?
So Slovakia, sir, the Jamaican dollar value is like 150 at Slovakia. $1 is 150 at Jamaican dollar.
You understand? Now you understand why Jamaica is so poor.
Go on.
Look up Haiti and see what's going on with Haiti. $1 is how much Haitian dollars? So guess what's going to happen? You're going to wake up one morning and that American dollar will be worth nothing. At first, they tried to put the dollar up against gold, but some smart person, some smart oppressor decided to pull that away. And now America is just printing paper money and adding value to it. Soon it will have no value.
So like I said, $1 is converted into 139 of Haitian funds, whatever, HTG.
Yeah, the dollar. Crazy. You understand? And now the BRICS is coming together. The wealth that the BRICS amass right now is more than what it have, I believe, with the World Bank and IMF. Either IMF or the World Bank. So they are going to war. What you going to do, black man? We will continue fighting and killing each other. What we going to do, Hispanic, Native Indian? What we going to do? You understand? We gonna have to come together to survive this. We're gonna have to come together. All right. What's this? Tab 1. Play a little more.
Come on, Council.
All right, let me see. I'll tell you when to stop it, right? From game like a minute and 2 seconds.
Come on, Council. Just gotta deal with this. Mr. Lock here.
You know what I mean? You ever corner a dog? When you corner a dog, what a dog try to do?
Try to fight back.
Try to fight his way out. And these countries are putting America in a box.
Is the American empire?
They play.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
Babylon
the American
is
empire falling? I say yes. You can look at the lowest rungs of society or the upper echelons of the elites to understand that the American empire is in fact falling. If you look outside of my own apartment windows in downtown Los Angeles, where I currently reside for another week and a half before I move to Miami, you can see the ramifications of a falling empire on full display. You can see the tent cities that are forming left and right. We have 60,000 homeless veterans in this country, 600,000 homeless in total. But somehow we have $200 billion to send to Ukraine, and particularly Ukrainian Nazis. It makes no sense to me.
No, he listened to
the elite in our country.
We've been saying that since the start, that's Ukraine war, and start sending money across there. You understand? Like they have major problems in this country, but they want to oppress black people.
Okay.
It's you know what I mean, it's to the point whereas they need you in that condition. So that when they do go to war and they start to lose their sons and their daughters, you don't think about trying to, you know what I mean, fight your way out of slavery. Fight for your freedom, in other words. So you're going to fight Pookie and Tyrone, you're going to fight for the corner. Fight for that corner. Kill each other. Yeah, it's over what, 60 shootings. That is crazy.
Okay.
That is crazy. They're not trying to fix that. They want more of that to happen so that they could do more of this. Let play.
Okay.
Tell me when a minute and 2
people have been
seconds. Come to a minute and 2 seconds, right?
Go
ahead.
Propagandized by the ruling cabal. They have made art ugly. They've made porn free, and they've addicted an entire generation of young men to sacrifice everything that is worthwhile in their life to go jerk off on the internet to random OnlyFans girls. They've made God a joke. They've made food.
That's 105.
Okay, you can stop it there. You understand? He doing that little camp speaking, the oppressor way.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, the oppressor way. You understand? I love it. He is seeing his society go to hell in a handbag. Okay. Good. We've been seeing ours go for 400 years and counting.
That's right.
And you was not making no big speech about it. Now America is falling. Now you want to make a wonderful speech. Well, make it. Make it. Make all the speech in the world. It sounds good to me. You understand? Sounds real good to me. Now skip to 350.
Count on the
right? Now the Bible. Right? Okay. What? how does the Lord govern his people? How are we governed?
Like I said, by his laws.
Yes, but okay, like describe an Israelite society for me.
Are you saying like the hierarchy, sir?
Yeah, they like describe a society. Like describe a society for me, an Israelite society, with blacks and Hispanics and Native Indian. I mean, a city. Describe a city. Come on, Tabo. One is going to say something.
No, I was just going to say at the height of our nation, we were, I guess, what you would call a monarchy.
Yes.
In that we had a king.
Yes. So how many people led?
One.
So what America is trying to do?
Keep it that way.
Trying to copy. Just like every heathen. They ain't gonna tell you they're trying to copy the Bible, but they're trying to copy the Bible with just what? Their twist on their policy. You understand? Society can't be run multi. Somebody had a lead. And they think that having a multi-society, that there will be less wars. But guess what? There's going to be what? More wars. Because guess what? Why are there going to be more wars? Precept.
Like I said. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
What does that say?
This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Not that one. You might be able to bring at the end and tie it in. But how you know that this is not going to work? The American unipolarity is not going to work. The BRICS multipolarity is not going to work. How you know that? Precept.
It's like, sir, you talking about Matthew's 24:7?
What does it say?
For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom.
A good one. Give me what does 2 Ezra 6:54 say?
So like, oh, never mind.
Go ahead. Where's going to sit? Go on.
I was going to go 1 Thessalonians 5:3 about the peace and safety, but never mind.
Right. That's good to what you are saying. You know what I mean? You all could type in, right? But the earth was made for who? Let's get that part and read that part for me, just for time's sake.
Kind of what kind? Look at Ezra 6:59. If the world now is made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Right, hold on. I think it's about that one. About that one.
He's muted, sir.
Okay. No.
2 Ezra 6:55.
Yes, read that for me right now.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Right? The Lord made this world for our sake. So no matter what policy they come up with, no matter whatever doctrine they come up with, it's not going to work. You understand? It's not going to. This earth was made for them. You will have it for a time. Why? Because black people and Hispanics and Native Indians disobeyed the Lord. But that's just for a time. You understand? The more and more we build, we come back here and start building, the more America falls. And that prayer we've been saying after class with the destruction prayer. Oh boy, it's coming to pass. It's coming to pass, Akwapian. It's coming to pass. Right? Now, go to 350. 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Come on, sir.
All right. Now the oppressor gonna run it on some history. And you're gonna run it on some history.
Well, if any country in the Latin American region happens to be being governed in a way that we don't like, it's being improperly run, then we reserve the right to intervene and do what needs to be done. This was the beginning of the end for America. Franklin D. Roosevelt, Teddy's cousin, much more base, he came into power later, and he publicly actually renounced the Monroe Doctrine. He said that instead of
stop it right there. What's the Monroe Doctrine? Look that up. And now these are oppressors' doctrine. This has nothing to do with the Bible. You understand?
Oh God, sir.
This has nothing to do with the Bible, but this is their doctrine. This is what they go by. Because they are trying to do what? What are they trying to do? Who tried to do this in the Bible? And it failed horribly. Go ahead.
Sir.
Who?
Oh, you said it failed?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's his name? Alexander.
Salagi, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but not like this person. Come.
Salagi, sir. Officer Rock said Babylon.
Yes, Babylon. You understand? They were actually doing what? Building that tower all the way up. And the Lord had to come and do what? Dismantle all of that. Get them different languages where they couldn't communicate. He messed all that up. And America is pushing for that. That world dominance. That's why this oppressor is sounding so proud. If we don't agree with what they will have to do, then we go in and all right, Negro. All right, oppressor. Go on. Read the Monroe Doctrine.
Come on, sir. Monroe Doctrine, a principle of U.S. policy originated by President James Monroe in 1823, that any intervention by external powers in the politics of the Americas is a potentially hostile act against the United States.
You understand? So they just have to think that you're trying to do what? That you're trying to do what?
Interfere
with their government. And they what? They're coming for you. It's an excuse. So guess what? What you always hear about America before they go to war? What they say they're bringing to the people? What do they say they're bringing to the people? What did they say they're bringing to the people of Afghanistan, to the people of Iraq? Come on.
Peace.
Not so much peace.
Democracy and freedom.
Yes, democracy and freedom. You understand? Democracy and freedom. Right? You understand? Right? Now, any more to that Tabo one?
The video, sir?
No, the doctrine.
That's the end of the doctrine, sir.
Okay, now go to 450. 450 to 510.
Come on, sir.
Come on.
Communism anywhere and everywhere. Of course, the insanity of this is, the United States had just worked with the Soviet Union to eradicate Nazism, which at the end of the day would have posed the greatest threat to Western liberal democracies because it was the fringe of it in it of itself. This Truman Doctrine justified U.S.-backed coups in Iran, Guatemala, Chile.
So now look up
interventions in the internal structure.
Look up the Truman Doctrine.
Oh, okay,
what doctrine we go by?
Like, sir?
What doctrine do we go by?
By we, you mean UBK, sir?
Israelites.
Oh, we go by the law, sir.
Yeah, the Bible. That's
okay.
You understand? We go by that. We go by the laws in that Bible. You understand?
Come on.
All right? We go by that. They are making up what? Things as they go along. They don't have a manual on life. So they are making up things as they go along to try and do what? Conquer. When the Lord, it's your birthright. It's your birthright, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's right.
To own this earth. And whatever is in it, it's your birthright. It's in the Bible. But it's not for them, so they have to make up doctrine. They make up Monroe Doctrine. That Monroe Doctrine ain't work efficiently for them. So now they come to what? The Truman Doctrine. What's the Truman Doctrine?
The Truman Doctrine. The principle that the United States should give support to countries or peoples threatened by Soviet forces or communist insurrection. First expressed in 1947 by U.S. President Truman in a speech to Congress seeking aid for Greece and Turkey, the doctrine was seen by the communists as an open declaration of the Cold War.
You understand? That's where your Cold War come in. And now they start with what? They start calling your Cold War what? Proxy war.
Okay, so like I said.
Come on.
And if I could, going back to what, I know we're going with it, what we just talked about with the, not the Truman Doctrine, but with the Monroe Doctrine, this idea that if they even get too close to us, it's like a declaration, we take it, or not we, but the United States takes that as a threat. You know what I mean? And this is like the Cuban Missile Crisis was basically these two doctrines.
Yes.
Together. What I'm saying? We had gone over there to Turkey and Greece, what I'm saying, put missiles over there, and then the Soviet Union put missiles in Cuba.
Yes.
Oh, and that's what caused that whole conflict to where it was like World War III is about to happen instantly.
Yes, you're correct. That's
World War III ever since, like it, sir.
That's correct. That's like Russia trying to impose their political structure in Mexico. America is not having that.
Come.
You understand? They will go in and slaughter every Mexican that have a hand in it. That's right. They will do it because they're not having it. You understand? But because America controls the media, they control, boy, online, they're good. What are St. Thessalonians? Get in Thessalonians. He's the prince of the what? The air. Give me that. All right. You finished reading the Truman Doctrine?
Come on, sir.
Read it one more time.
Come on. The Truman Doctrine. The principle that the United States should give support to countries or peoples threatened by Soviet forces or communist insurrection. First expressed, sir.
You understand what they're saying too, right? Now that's the excuse to do what? To go where? In Taiwan, Japan, South Korea. You understand? This doctrine right here that they went by. When all in all, these doctrine bringing them to do what? What is these doctrine meant to do? Bring about. So it's like this. If you have to come and get food from me, if you have to come and get protection from me, what relationship do me and you have? What's your relationship?
You have a slave to servant.
That
master to servant.
Okay.
So like I said,
You're right if it's black or Hispanic to the oppressor. But I'm also talking like on the political aspect of it.
so like
Come on.
I'm dependent on you.
Yeah, you're dependent on me. So guess what? Guess what's gonna happen?
Make the rules.
Yes.
So like I said, he makes all the rules.
I'm gonna make all the rules. I'll make all the rules, and you all gotta follow suit. That's why when America went into Iraq, what did Bush say?
They were looking for weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, but Bush got up in the UN and said something. What did he say to the UN Council? Y'all don't remember what Bush said? Bush said, "Is either you're with me or what? Against me." And he went into Iraq and bombed the piss, killed Saddam Hussein and his sons. And now Iraq is liberated, right?
Yeah.
Now democracy runs that country. Right?
That's right.
You understand? Right? Where we at?
You said you wanted Ephesians 2:2.
Is it Ephesians or Thessalonians?
I think it might be in both, but the prince of power of the air.
Yeah, give me that.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 2. Somebody can pull what Cap want. Wherein times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Right? Now you understand. You know why you like Jordans? Because of what?
The prince of the power of the air.
You know why you like everything other than the Lord? What the Lord tell you to do?
The prince of the power of the air.
Because your so-called oppressor tells you to like everything. Them advertisement ain't just, people are paying millions of dollars for advertisement just because they want to pay money. They have money to waste. They ain't laundering money on advertisement. You understand? Advertisements are there because he is the prince of the air. He could push propaganda. You want to know why it is Joe Biden's son could actually have a computer that has all this information on it and be suppressed for a whole election? Because he's the prince of the air. You want to know why it is black people didn't go look at the facts itself, but believe in the narrative that they push that we are bad fathers. You want to know why they believe in that? Because he's the prince of the air.
Right.
You understand? Right? Now, where's the next one I asked for in Thessalonians? That was it on that one in Ephesians, right?
According to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Right? And that's what worketh in us. You understand? Now we behave as the so-called oppressor. Now we are doing what? What we start off the class with. Now we are doing what? According to him.
That's right.
According to him, what are we doing? We are performing what? Mass shooting. You understand? So now he puts in the papers. And what did he how does he describe Tulsa, Oklahoma? On the Black Wall Street. What does he say? I forget the word he used. He doesn't use genocide. He used riots. Right? There were riots in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Not genocide, not killings,
right?
Riots.
God.
He is the prince of the air. He will have you think that there's no money out there, there's no help for black people, that there's crime in these cities because there's too many guns, because he's the prince of the air. There's crime in this city because people are poor and starving and suffering, while you become rich, while the empire is oppressing everything it could on the planet Earth. Animals are going into extinction because of you, oppressor.
Right.
Everything on the earth feeling it. Everything. You understand? Who have it in Thessalonians? Anybody holding it for me in Thessalonians? First Thessalonians, I believe 2, I think 5. Come on.
So I got it. I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 5. For neither at any time used we flattering words, but as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness.
No, not that. Not there. Come on, Akim.
So what were we looking for?
Where you talk about the prince of the air in Thessalonians. While you do that, right? Tab 1, go to 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Come on. So I have to switch the
Take your time.
The solo.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Of Greece and Turkey, and it even led to the Empire. We reserve the right to weaponize our political, economic, cultural, or military powers to go in, depose sovereign governments, launch regime change attempts, launch color revolutions, or launch 20-year wars where millions will die in an effort to actually secure these resources or to install a benevolent leader for the United States.
Right. And what resources they went and get in Afghanistan? What resources they went and get in Afghanistan? Come on.
Was it oil?
Yeah. What was the real resource they went and get in Afghanistan?
So I think it's the opium trees and them things.
Drugs. Drugs. They went for the oil too, but them drugs, remember when they went and took over Afghanistan, right? How much percent of the opium was coming to America from Afghanistan? What was the percentage? Look it up. Right? Tab 1, play it until 6:51.
Come on.
No, you could play through until maybe 7 minutes. Go ahead.
Surely it cannot. There's a lot of ways to say that the United States is an imperialist actor. But what is imperialism? Surely it cannot exist without hegemony. So as we move into this new multipolar era, how is this all going to work out? It's the million-dollar question that everyone's wondering. How is the United States, which is operating on the sole premise of being an imperialist unipolar actor, how is this going to work out? Because unipolarity, in essence, is the idea that unipolar power is going to...
Pause it. You all smell that?
Yeah.
What you all smelling?
Yes.
I know I have a big nose, you know what I mean? I'm going to say it first. Guess what I smell in Akim? I smell in fear. I smell fear. They're fearing that they're going to lose what? They're going to lose this comfort they call America. They're going to lose it. And our so-called oppressor, who is not comfortable, brother, he's very dangerous. You understand? Very dangerous. What time stamp you at the Tabo one?
Slack, sir, we're currently at 6:58.
6:58. Go to 8 minutes.
Come.
All right. Anybody find it in Thessalonians as yet?
Larry, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I'll find it.
The world is going to have their voices heard. 90% of the world is going to have a chance at economic freedom. 90% of the world is going to have a chance at true sovereignty. And I mean true sovereignty in the purest sense. Sovereignty from the International Monetary Fund, sovereignty from the Fed, the US Treasury, the dollar, the US military, so on and so forth. Unipolarity is one master, one sovereign. And at the end of the day, I think we can all understand that unipolarity in American imperialism is not just dangerous for those nations that are viewed as adversarial to the United States, but it's also dangerous to us here at home. Because as I stated in the beginning of my speech, it presents and it manufactures an arena and a condition in which 99% of the public isn't going to do anything about the fact that we're sending $200 billion to Ukraine. Oh, we have a homelessness crisis in the United States. We have a fentanyl crisis in the United States. No.
This sounds like a what problem?
White people problem?
Yeah, it's white people problems. You understand? That whole, therefore, you know what I mean? The reason why I'm saying it's the oppressor problem. Why am I saying it's an oppressor problem? What am I trying to get Blacks and Hispanic people and Native Indians to understand?
So like I said, that we should be worried about our problems that we have.
Yes. So in other words, we should not do what? We should not be trying to go join the military to fight and uphold what? These imperialists, he using terms which lets you know what? If they're imperialists still, then what you have? Still. What you have still?
Oppression.
What?
Sluggy, sir, you said is it oppression? You said imperialist?
If you have an imperialist on this earth still, what do you have? What goes hand in hand with imperialism?
Salagi, sir. Colonization.
And what goes hand in hand with colonization?
Manifest destiny.
What goes hand in hand with manifest destiny?
Oppression.
And what goes hand in hand with oppression? What you have? Slavery. So nigga, excuse my French, if you have an imperialist still, that means you're not free. Because you're not the imperialist. You the what? You're the slave. You want to know why your face is not on a dollar? Because you're the slave. You want to know why that flag, that American flag, represents nothing about you? Because you are the slave. You want to know why it is they don't give a damn whether they're poor, whether they're suffering? Because you're a slave. You're a slave. Who cares? Nobody cares. So guess what? You go through this for 400 years, this oppression for 400 years, and no oppressor comes and make a big speech about why we don't give these black people back their land. You know what I mean? Give them a space to stay in and leave them alone. And let them, you know what I mean, run their society. How it's supposed to be run. I think I'd asked the question on how our society is run, right? So black people, our society as Israelite is run by having what? a king. Who's your king?
Yahushua, sir.
Yahushua. Then below Yahushua, you have who?
Commander General YAHANNA.
And below Commander General YAHANNA, you have who?
General Muhammad.
Your generals. Below your generals, you have who?
The captains.
You understand what I'm trying to show you how this society is? Meaning, if you were to read the Bible, you will see you had Moses, and then Moses set up who?
Joshua. Oh, Aaron.
Elders.
Elders.
Okay.
And those elders did what? They were the ones who reported to Moses about what was going on in this city to make sure things were straight. You understand? It ain't nothing such as voting. It ain't nothing such as lobbying. None of that garbage. Ain't no Truman doctrine. Ain't no this doctrine. You understand? Is the Lord way, or what? You're going to get stoned to death. Or you was going to get what? Put out. You don't want to follow what's inside here? Then you what? You were sent out from among your people. Go live with them heathens and see how well you do. You understand? That's why this whole democracy, this whole capitalism is just for a time. It's going to end. You understand? Choose your side, Akim. Aquathian. Choose your side. What side are you going to be on? Whose side are you going to be on?
Right.
India choosing a side. China choosing a side. Russia choosing a side. France choosing a side. Them African nations choosing their side. The only people that then choosing a side is black people. You understand?
Okay.
We got to choose a side. And I will stand with black people. I don't know about you, with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Black man. I don't know about you. You understand? I suggest you do the same. You understand? So with that, you have any questions before I let you all out? I think the scripture I was looking for was the one in Ephesians. Kowal.
All
right. Any questions before I let you all out? I have a few more things to get in here, but we're gonna be in here hour more. And we'll try and save some for next week.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Me have a question.
Come on.
1 Corinthians 10.
Mm-hmm.
Where it talk about, let me read.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 1, moreover, brethren, I would not that he should be ignorant, or that all our fathers were under the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2, and we all baptized unto Moses in the cloud in the sea. Verse 4, I skip down. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Skip down to 9. Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents. So this I say, it was Christ who come down during the time of Moses.
Okay. I wouldn't go that far to say he came down at that time of Moses. When did Christ came down in a time of, was it Moses? No, it wasn't Moses. All right, it was I think Abraham when he appeared as Melchizedek.
Okay, come.
Right? This here just talking about is making reference to us coming out of Egypt. And them the cloud is what? What was the cloud?
The chariots.
Yes, the chariots.
God.
So it's describing the time they came out of Egypt with Moses. All right. Now it's drawing what you call it again? It's making a reference to what Moses did to what Christ is going to do, basically. What Moses tried to do, take you out of what?
Out of Egypt, out of bondage.
And what Christ is trying to do?
Take us out of this bondage.
Yes. You understand? He trying to redeem you. You understand? All right. So not so much so that he was back then with Moses, but it's more so that what Moses is trying to do is the same thing in John 3:16. Remember in John 3:16, where it says Moses lifted up what?
The serpent.
Serpent wilderness.
So must the what?
The Son of Man be lifted up.
Yes.
So
it's making reference to Moses what? Saving the Israelite back then by lifting up the serpent. Now, who you have to lift up?
Yahweh, sir.
Christ. Meaning not literally lift him up, as some oppressor might think you're talking about. Lift him up meaning you're following this man. This is the man you have to follow. This is the man you have to pattern your life after. You understand?
Cancel.
All right. So with that, who I'm going to pass the class over to?
Our bad, sir. Officer Barkia. Oh, Officer Awabad. Slack.
Okay. So with that, we'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Iwabad for the announcement.
Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yashabrak Thumb.
Yadam Atop. Star. Face of sisters. Sisters Amajim. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shema. Yadam Atop. Yashab means be seated. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to, Salakia, you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The memorial blowing of the trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Friday the 15th of September, 2023. The book of Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. If any brother would like, Salakia, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, please start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.